Increase the practice of the bodiless stage. As a karavanhar, enable the body to perform actions. Just as bodiless Bap Dada has to take a support of a body in order to make you children bodiless, in the same way, each of you, while in this life and in that body, have to be stable in the stage of a bodiless soul, in soul consciousness, and as a karavanhar, one who gets things done. Enable that body to perform actions. That body is a karavanhar, one who does, and you are its bodiless karavanhar. This stage is known as the bodiless stage and following the Father. The stage of following the Father is to be constantly bodiless, beyond any awareness of your body, to be incorporeal. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Bhakti Parivar. Today's day 4. Increase the practice of the bodiless stage. Ashariri and Videhi. Today's topic: as a karavanhar, enable the body to perform actions. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Why are we doing all this? Whether it's taking knowledge, practicing. Because when there is soul consciousness, the life is different. In body consciousness, for happiness, for joy, we do so many things. We have unlimited desires. And then still lack of satisfaction. But once we experience soul consciousness, the joy, happiness, energy, relationships, my own nature, all are completely different. Not only they are different, but they are of high values. They are elevated. So if we remember that why we accepted, this is our aim, this is our life, because to be viceless and when we are viceless, we know its life is liberated. Not only that, but lot of inner powers, happiness, everything. Because sometimes a subtle thought can come, especially if you are not practicing properly. Why I have to do it? Why? This thought could come. I know it doesn't come, right? You are very pakka. But sometimes when there is tiredness or laziness, why I'm doing all this. No? So I was just thinking, it's good to revise why really we doing it. Bodiless and it's all right, normal life. Mm. Why we have to add these efforts in our life? Because the recognition of Baba, also when Baba explains about cycle, we were deities, we have to be deities. The world was new world, there was happiness, there was peace, everyone was in harmony. So looking at the self and looking at the world, something when we come to Baba touches our heart. We all were living good quality, normal life, no effort. Whatever we had to do, we do it. And now we have attention on our thoughts, our words. There is deep thought of living the life of virtues, right? Viceless and all virtuous. Baba gives us the aim. And I want to live the life of completely full, where there are no desires, and it's a very beautiful life. So that life, not only we experience, but we want to live. For that, what is required is this practice. Right? So if we keep connecting all the time, aim of our life, purpose of our life, then you don't feel lazy or it's too much effort. Like in Lokik way also, you want to live a life. So education, income, some of the things are important. Same is in our life. We want to be constantly happy, free from sorrow, desireless, all what are beautiful experiences of life. For that, we need to practice all this. So this way, what will happen that your enthusiasm, Baba sometimes said, you become careless. All that will not happen. Right? So just now I was thinking, mm, why are we doing it? So Baba is saying, karavanhar, karavanhar, body performs actions. Right? Just as bodiless Bab Dada has to take support of the body in order to make the children also bodiless. In the same way, Baba says, check, check yourself while in this body, while in this body, same way, like Baba does it, same way, each of you, while in the life, and that is body, have to be stable in the stage of bodiless stage, bodiless soul. In the soul, Baba says consciousness, and as a karavanhar, that is one who does. So, in the same way, while in the body, and then to perform actions. So Baba says that body is karavanhar. Karavanhar. Yeah, Karanhar. Body is Karanhar. In the same way, the bodiless, you are like avyakt Karavanhar. Karanhar. This Karanhar mix हो जाता है. This stage is known as bodiless stage, and further is following father. The stage of following the father, Baba keeps saying follow father. The stage of following father is to be constantly bodiless. That means to be away from the awareness of body, but to be incorporeal. He wants us to be like him, bodiless. As soon as I hear that, Brahma Baba comes in front of me. What he did, how he looked, his interaction with us, his own stage. Baba's activity, Baba's everything was exactly like knowledge. No, there was no gap between understanding and doing. For us, it's understanding, and when it comes to practical, it's not same like Baba. So in bodiless stage, the way Baba looked and talked and walked and was different, alokik. No? Ours is, it becomes very lokik, very ordinary. But as much we practice, you can see the difference. Not only you see the difference, but uh, energy is different, relationships are different, what you speak is different. So all those changes we all experience. So keep the aim to follow the Father. Om.
Hello, Didi.
Hello, what do you
Good
Seeing,
morning.
seeing you
After a
after
long
long.
time.
Were you traveling or what?
Yes, I was. I was in Oxford with the family, the Florida family, and then I went to Ireland. Yeah, to the Lockett family. Yeah.
Everything good in Ireland?
Excellent. Everything great. Yeah,
Your
everything
family?
really good. And it's been lovely, you know, I mean, I've been tuning in to see the variety of Baba's family across the world who have had the opportunity to be with you personally. And I think everyone's benefited a lot from that, as well as getting to know everyone, getting to know each one. And so the questions, the questions
some I
continue.
knew more, but
Sorry?
some of them I knew, but
Yes.
some was first time.
Yeah. And so for many other people too, they didn't know them. What an interesting variety of questions. And again, some questions that you've already been asked were being asked again, but you always have a different spin on it. And I was wondering about, do you have any questions? I don't mean from me, not expecting an answer from me, but do you have any questions left in relation to Gyan, yoga, dharana, seva?
I think I have answers more than questions.
Oh, interesting. That's beautiful.
So I'm within few minutes when I'm sitting, like this thought came about why we have to practice this. This is not question I'm asking, but
Right.
this I feel that we could have this question, right? So like within few seconds, it's quiet, but I am internally churning. This is the reason, and this should be connected with aim of life, and so that enthusiasm continues. And sometimes you could be tired, sometimes you could be little bit careless, or why I have to do it, right? So question come, answers come. See,
Well,
this happens much more than only questions.
yeah, the question that came from me when you were talking, or rather, it wasn't when you were talking, it was when you took those few minutes. And that's something very powerful. And the question that came from me in this effort to be bodiless, do you acknowledge the possibility of that experience also leading to a state of distaste for bodies, disinterest in bodies? How many bodies? We know there's a soul in each one, but every soul has its own world and its own sanskars and its own way of being and seeing. Do you ever find that there's a little bit of distaste or I can understand why people become sannyasis in a way, no? So how to manage that? Where, as you said, you're not looking anymore to bodies for satisfaction or to fulfill desires or anything else. But sometimes, how to maintain that uh, thing that I think the only time when we have that is when we're in the soul world. There are no bodies. So there's not sure what my question is, but in essence, how not to have distaste for bodies.
I
People,
think that the
people.
experience of being a point of light and the point of might, soul. So one is like distaste, renunciation, and then be free from desires. But this experience of being a point of light, I am point of light. But to have that stage, I think that there are some of the attainments which are really very beautiful, and one wants to have those attainments because we know that body requires certain things. It's very very common that when you eat food you want of your taste, right?
Mm-hmm.
Many times we hear people say, oh no, like you didn't feel like, or you didn't feel like you have eaten unless you eat of your taste. There are so many things in the life which pulls us, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But then if I am incorporeal, I am soul conscious. I think that Brahma Baba, the way he taught us, doesn't mean you eat anything or taste less food. He especially got some of the chefs to come, and that is what taught how to cook good things. But then Baba, because we are deities, so there is that royalty. So when you eat food, you eat proper food with proper, you just don't eat anything, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no problem with that. But it's in a very royal way that anyway body has to be fed. So deities, when we offer them in temples, so much variety, so much. So it's very interesting. A lot of people are sometimes confused about BKs, that they like music, they want every program has a dance, and even if they wear white clothes, but very decently, right? Clean, ironed, so even when I look at our sisters, everyone is take proper shower properly. Everything is very decent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're not connected with desires, right? So, but the sannyasis, they allow their hair to grow. They have so many things which we don't, right? And Baba wants every child to look decent, clean, royal, right? Because of our original stage of being deity, right? So those sanskars, that we are the images of divinity. We are images of purity. So that purity and divinity itself is a beauty now. So Baba wants us to be beautiful angels.
Right, that's Brahmins, but sometimes being around a lot of Laukic people or that have a completely different mindset, just sometimes it's like so many our lives have so many human beings, so many people, so many varieties that sometimes, as I say, the focus, the beauty was in those few minutes of the bodiless experience. You don't really want to, interact so much um, with bodies. It's just such a, I don't know, I just assume that as you become more and more karmatit, towards a karmatit stage, that then you don't even want to interact anymore with human beings.
I have stayed here for 3 months,
Yeah.
and sometimes I haven't gone out of our own little space for days. And then when you think of again to be at airport, again to be at customs,
Yeah.
again to be immigration, feels very strange, right?
Yeah,
But that is
I was going to ask you, does it get harder to leave India?
yeah,
India, if it gets harder to live.
harder
Mm,
or easier.
I don't know. You tell me.
Bhumi Ben doesn't want to even go, right?
Yeah,
She loves it here
yeah, I can
because
understand.
it's a very, very lovely family, cooperative family. It's really within 1 minute everything is gets done, right?
Yeah.
The things you struggle when you are not
So
in
there's
India,
more of a challenge being here. And
here
that's
or there.
meaning, but, well, I don't know for each one. Bhumi seems to find it less of a challenge being there. And so I'm wondering, is Baba working in a different way now? And does the instruments he has
I
make
can
him
hear
work
you.
in a different way?
समझ आया? Yeah, can you check your mic is okay, no?
Uh,
It's little bit blur.
is it?
Hmm.
Is that
It's
any
okay.
better? It's on full. Yeah.
Okay.
No, wondering about if Baba's working in a different way now from, say, when he did when it was the daddies, the beginning period, or when it was the middle period. And so now everything's very, very different. Is he just working the same way?
समझ नहीं है.
No?
I don't see any difference. I
No?
didn't know, but I think that part is the way they play part, Dadis and Baba, is same, no, for them. Our part is different
Yeah.
because, but not their part because they are in
No,
their
not
state.
their part. But does Baba have to work differently depending on, just like again, depending on who's in front of you, you can give this one this responsibility, you can give that one, you can't give this one that responsibility. And so, depending, it'll be different where you are. And so wondering if it's a little bit the same with Baba, that that he has to work in a different way, or there's not that there's ever any limitations, but is it an odd question? Well, look, let me take up another one then, and I know we only have a few minutes. And yesterday's Murley, and making this distinction between, and I think it's very important, self-respect and self-confidence, and how you see those two things. And
See, one is confidence, other is trust. Confidence is more intellectual, of the intellect. Like you practice something, then you have confidence. But self-trust is something which is higher than confidence. So as much self-respect you have self-trust. Every step you take in life, every action you do, every word you speak with that trust. So that's how I see it, that self-respect to increase our self-trust.
self-respect.
Confidence, trust is more as a being, and confidence more as a doing. So self-trust of, yes, this is what.
I'm not sure I see that self-trust and self-respect are the same. Would you say they're the same thing? Self-respect and self-trust?
No, they are connected. They are
Okay.
connected because when there is self-respect, there is also self-trust, I'm saying. That
Okay.
quality is there. Confidence can also have little ego.
Exactly. That was going to be one of my questions.
You are confident, but you have ego too.
Right.
When you have trust, you are humble.
Right.
You are still very gentle and no arrogance or humility is also there.
Yeah,
Self in
because mm,
yeah, in self-respect, you don't have to show off. No, it's
no,
very very natural. But in arrogance and then with confidence, there could be little bit show off.
yes. And so thinking about that, that self-confidence that borders on arrogance, and the manifestation sometimes even of the arrogance of gyan. I'm a deeply gyani atma, or, my way of seeing things is higher than someone else's. And
Your
so,
Baba said,
hmm,
even if you have good yoga, but to have subtle arrogance, I'm a good yogi.
right.
So there is possibility. But if we have self-respect, there won't be arrogance. And because there is no arrogance, then I think that you are very natural. You are very
Yeah.
humble.
I think it was yesterday you
I
were,
feel I keep saying that whatever our principles are, whatever our living is, has to be natural. You cannot be, kind of arrogant about it, or live naturally, life of a BK or Brahmin or as deity or angel, but everything should be natural.
Yeah, that's nice. I think it was, I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. The topic came up in the conversation with you about spiritual authority. And I suppose if there's real spiritual authority, not the arrogance, but the spiritual authority, it will also manifest in terms of your dharna, right? Because sometimes there can be the arrogance, but the dharna is not spiritual authority.
But one of the dharana is not to have arrogance, right?
Yes, of course.
And that's a very important dharana.
Yeah.
Not to have arrogance of your own dharana also. Right?
Interesting.
You don't know. Dari Janki
Right.
always used to say, as you move forward, there is arrogance waiting for you with open arms.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
We have to be very natural and no arrogance of
Yeah.
anything. But
Yeah.
do move along and move forward with lot of trust.
Great. Thank you very
And
much, Didi. I know
one
there.
is very, very happy to be in self-respect. Right?
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks again. Much
Okay,
appreciated.
well,
Nice to see you. Om
yeah.
Shanti.
Om